Hello everyone, welcome to another lecture on C++ programming language. We are on lecture 41 on C++. And in this lecture also we are going to write another program using while loop in C++. In this lecture or in this program, we ask the user to enter a number and then we add those numbers. So our object of our program is to add the natural numbers together. For example, we ask the user, so we are on lecture 41 on C++, and we ask the user to enter a number, and the user enters, number 5. Then we add this number like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, which total become 15. If the user enters 3, so we add 1 plus 2 plus 3. It means we start from 1 until that number. So it's become 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3 is become 6. Or the user enters 4, we add that number, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. And it's equal to 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4 is 10. So we actually add, natural numbers, or we calculate the total, sum of, a natural number. So, so in this part of the video or lecture, pause this video and go to your computer and write this program by yourself. If you have any issue, then come back and watch this video. So let's start writing this program. So first, we include our input-output library, #include, iostream, and then we use using namespace std, and then we declare our main function, integer main. We open the block of the main and we close the block of the main. At the end, we write, return 0. So here, first we declare our variables. So we declare integer, number, because we ask the user to enter a number. Then we declare another variable called counter, or I is equal to 1. We start, at from a number 1. And then we declare another variable, integer sum is equal to 0. So first, inside the sum, we have, 0. It means nothing. Then we ask the user cout, enter a number. Enter a number. And then we store that number using cn inside, the number variable which we declared here, cn number. And then here, so what we can use while loop. We can see while I is less than or equal to number. And then we open the block for a while and we close the block. We close here. And inside the while loop, what we sum, So we say sum is equal to sum plus I. It means every time, for example, user, then we cout. Let's cout first. Cout. We cout. We say sum is equal to. Then we print out, the content of some variable. This is sum. And then we use nline. So in this program, so first we declare 3 variables. We declare a variable called number, and we declare this variable because if the user enters, a number, we store inside this variable. And then we have our counter variable, which starts from 1, because we start adding from 1, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So we start from 1. And then we have a sum variable, which, which store this total, sum of these numbers. Yes, we store inside the sum variable. So here we ask the user enter a number. When the user enters a number, so we use cin, so to enter that number inside the number variable, and then we check while loop. For example, user enters number 3, and this 3 goes inside the number variable. Then we check while I is smaller than or equal to number. I is 1. Is 1 is less than or smaller than number, which is 3? Yes. So the condition becomes true. When the condition becomes true, so sum, then the block of while will be executed. Yes, because the condition is true. So here sum is equal to sum plus I. So the value of sum is 0. 0 plus 1 become 1. So now inside the sum variable is 1. Then here, don't forget to here I plus plus. Every time we have to increase the variable by 1. So here I become 2. 2 is equal or less than the number, which is 3. Yes, 2 is smaller than 3, so the condition becomes true. Again, inside the body of loop will be executed because the condition is true. And now sum is equal to sum plus I. So sum was 1. 1 plus, now the I is 2. It's become 3. And inside sum is now 3. And then I become plus plus 3. And then here S3 is equal, S3 is smaller than or equal to number, which is 3. Yes, 3 is equal to 3. The condition becomes true. And then sum becomes sum equal to plus I. And then 3 become plus I plus 3. And now I become again increase, which will become 4. S4 is less than the number 3 or equal to number 3. No, the condition becomes false. Once the condition becomes false, the block of while loop will not be executed. So the control of the program goes after the while loop, which is cout sum is equal to sum. And we use, we print out the content of this sum variable, which is the total, these numbers. So this is a simple program in C++, which adds, the natural number together using while loop. So now it is time to go in our computers and write this program together. So I'm back on my computer. So let's open our C++ IDE. And we are on lecture 41. So we are on lecture 41, and we write the program which, adds or calculates the total number of, natural numbers. So let's write our program. So first we declare our variables, integer number. Then we have integer I, which is our counter variable. I is equal to 1. And then we have integer sum, which is, first it's 0 because we need to add those natural numbers and we need to store inside the sum variable. So here we cout. We ask the user to enter a number. And then we cin inside that number. And then we use the while loop. And inside the while loop, we add those numbers together. And then we I plus plus. We increment this I. So this is a simple program, which we declared 3 variables here. And then we ask the user to enter a number. When the user enters that number, we store inside the number. And this, we use the while loop, which checks or is actually, repeat till I is become, equal to that number. And then we store that, the content of, for example, if the user enters, 3, so we store the addition of 1 plus 2 plus 3. And then at the end, we need to, cout. We can write this. The sum is, sum. And now if we, execute this program, so we ask the user to enter a number, like I entered number 10, and it calculates, the sum is 55. And then I run again and I write here number 4. And it says the sum is, 10. If we calculate, like, for example, here, if we calculate 1 plus 2 plus 3, which is, plus 4. So it's become, 1 plus 2 become 3, 3 plus 3 becomes 6, 6 plus 4 is become 10. And the result of our program is correct. And we run again the program. If we enter a number like 100, sorry, 100, and then we can see here the sum of, number from 1 to 100 is become, 50-50. So this is a simple program, like which calculates, the addition of, sum of, natural numbers. But I ask you a question, and if you can, write the program, I write this simple program, but if you can write the program which asks, the start number and then the end number. For example, the user enters, the start number is equal to 10. And then the program should ask also the user end number. End number should be like, 20. And then the program should add between, start from, 10 plus, 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 14 plus 15 plus 16 plus 17 plus 18 plus 19 plus 20. So I ask you to, this is your assignment, write this program, write a program which asks the user to enter the start number, then enter the end number, and then it should, calculate, the sum of, from a start number till, end number. So thank you for joining this channel, and this was our lecture 41, and see you on the next lecture.